Alrighty, g'day mates and ahoy mateys, welcome to the Salty Paris YouTube video. Today we're unboxing a Lorwyn Eclipsed Collector Booster Box. It's very pretty, isn't it? Very like foiled. The art's really nice as well. It's a lot prettier than I thought it was going to be. So normally I stay away from opening packs of pretty much any card game. You know, it's just gambling. You're way more likely to get what you want if you just buy what you want, you know? I like, you know, limited, I like draft, I like sealed, I like peer releases, but that's sort of like, you know, you're paying like an entry fee in the home of buying the packs, you know? You're just opening and playing with what you get. It's sort of a different thing. I realize it's probably just rationalizing, but either way, normally don't open packs to just get cards, right? But Lorwyn is a plane that's very important to me. Lorwyn and Shadow Maul the first time around were, I think, the time period when I was most serious about Magic the Gathering, including Time Spiral as well. I think Time Spiral to Eventide was when I was grinding the game the most. That Extended in particular, I really liked. I drafted a lot of Lorwyn, Morningtide, Shadow Maul, and Eventide, that whole period. Drafted a lot. I boycotted after that because I didn't like the introduction of Mythic Rares in Shards of Alara. Obviously, as you probably know now, in 2026, that didn't do anything. People didn't really care about Mythic Rares. I think I was the only one who really cared. And so they're still here. And I think that's why I'm less concerned about the Universes Beyond stuff compared to other people, because, you know, I already tried the boycott once and it didn't work. Actually, no, I boycotted a second time after War of the Spark, because I got back into Magic then, and then they made Chandra straight. And so I was like, nah, I'm not having this. That's bullshit. I emailed Mark Rosewater when he asked people to. He was like, you know, if you're upset about anything in Magic, you should email us right now. And I did. And then they made Chandra buy again, and I was like, great, I'm back. Thank you, Mark. So there you go. 50% success rate. Still a Mythic Rares, but Chandra is bisexual. So easy come, easy go, you know? Anyway. I missed the pre-release for Lorwyn Eclipsed because I was having nose surgery done to fix my deviated septum. So if any of my face ends up in this video and I look really puffy and swollen, that's why. I'm still recovering from the surgery. I'm a lot better. It's still a bit hard to breathe, hence all puffy and swollen. But yeah, I missed the pre-release, really cut up about that. And so I thought, you know, I've got a little bit of money to play around with at the moment. Why don't I just get a collector booster box, have a little bit of fun, see what cool stuff we might open. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Let's get this plastic wrap off. I'm always terrible at opening this, so this time I brought my pen knife. Hasn't helped a lot, has it? Box is really nice. I didn't want to damage it. Go. Pen knife out of the shop. Alright. Let's get started. This pack. I am so bad at opening packs as well. That's probably why I don't buy many packs. It's really embarrassing when I have to open them and I do it really badly. I hate pre-releases. If everyone, you know, everyone's got a chance to open their own packs. They're not really looking at me do it, but if anyone does look at me do it, then I feel really bad. First pack. I don't know where the rares are in this. Foil common, foil common, foil common. This is a cool foil common. That one. I like that card. Eclipsed Elf. Probably one of the Eclipse cards that won't see play. Foil uncommon, foil uncommon, foil uncommon, foil full art basic land. Champion of the Weird foil. It's extended art of one of the commander cards. The Longy. Extended art Mornsong Aria. Hinbinding in the showcase treatment. It's pretty cool. I like this card actually. I think it could see play. Foil Showcase Goliath Daydreamer. Really cool card for limited. Probably not for constructed. And a foil token. Commons out of the way. Anything particularly cool here? Goliath Daydream is sort of fun, but the wheel on top of it. Nothing particularly notable there, I think. I'm so bad at this too. This is so embarrassing. So the decks I'm mainly hoping to be good from this set are, you know, Merfolk obviously I would love. I don't think Merfolk are going to be good enough yet, but I'm hopeful by the time the Marvel set pops around with Namor, maybe they will be. Foiling Wild, Bogart. It's a cool common for limited as well. There's a lot of cards that I'm already like, yeah, I love this card in draft, even though it's been such a quick period of time since the set came out. This card's pretty good. If Kith can end up being any good. Got the Shadow Morphal Art Plains. That one's cool. I love the security state of the Kithkin. Alright. Mirror Mind Crown. As long as this equipment is attached to a creature, the first time you would create one or more tokens each turn, you may instead create that many tokens that are copies of a quick creature. It's kind of funny. Commander card, right? Yeah. Elemental Spectacle. Rhyme Fire Talk. This card is funny, like cool for Commander, I'm sure, but really, really slow. Woo! We got the Showcase Sig. That's sick. I'll show you the other side once we, you know, I don't want to spoil the remaining cards, so. Taster of Wares. Oh, this card is so good. Taster of Wares. This card is sick, Taster of Wares. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals X cards from their hand, where X is the number of goblins you control. You choose one of those cards. That player exiles it. If an instant or sorcery is exiled this way, you may cast it for as long as you control this creature, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. This card's so cool. The foiling is actually kind of nice on this. I feel like a lot of Magic cards, they have like first of all, the foils curl, right? So I don't like them from that aspect, but a lot of them, the foiling just like washes out the card art. If we've got a chance to, I might get the Flare of Fortitude from my binder, which basically just doesn't have card art because the foiling is so extreme. This one, the Goblin stands out nice on it. So Sig, the Shadowmoor backside. I was hoping maybe more like the Selkies from Shadowmoor. I really like the Selkie card art. Let's see if I can get a better shot of it. The autofocus isn't cooperating, but it's not foil or anything, so. Cool card though. So that's two nice hits, I think. Let's put Taster of Wares on top, I think. Top of the pile. Man, can you imagine the Goblin Limited deck I could build for these? And the Plains is nice as well, actually. I'm never gonna run foil basics because I can't be bothered getting that many foil basics, you know? And I don't wanna run one foil basic, that feels suspicious. I realize most casual players aren't as intent on thinking about possible ways to cheat as I am, but I'm very nervous about being caught out as a cheater. I got dinged for a game loss once at a extended PTQ in like 2008, I think. Would have been just after Lorwyn release. Because it was me playing Affinity against Dredge, and the game was so quick that I forgot to shuffle my graveyard of 2 cards back into my deck. And so we started the next game, I took my first turn, and then I noticed that I hadn't shuffled my graveyard back in. And even though I noticed it was still graveyard, it was still a game loss penalty because the game had started. Very unfortunate stuff. Common. Nameless Inversion! I'm hyped for this card coming back. It's not going to be worth anything, but I think it's a sick card. I'm playing it in my Delirium deck. We got the Lorwyn Forest. Deep Wind Navigator, sick card. Hopeful for it to make Splinter Twin playable again. It won't, but you never know. Abundant Countryside. Add colorless, add 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast a creature spell with 6 and make a shapeshifted creature deck with change. That sounds like fun for Commander. Extended Art, High Perfect Morkant. Another Taster of Wares, hell yeah. Oh, foil for Grub. Story Matriarch. Damn, I've just got an entire Goblin deck here. Maybe I should just play Goblins instead. Damn, this looks sick. Foiling on this one's really nice as well. It's got this art card otherwise, so we can get this one captured. Yeah, again, the Goblin stands out nicely against the foiling. I don't know, maybe it's just these like showcase cards where they care about the foiling. Because I swear most of these, like, that one's pretty good as well. This one's okay, I guess, but the fish should be shiny again. I don't know. Like, a lot of them, they just, like this one, I guess. You know, it just, everything is foiled, you know? It doesn't make anything stand out, it just floods it with light. But foiling with just the character isn't, I think is really nice. Commons out of the way, and Nameless Inversion, fortunately. You are worthless even though you are a cool card. I don't actually know what any of the value in this set would be other than like, you know, the Japanese cards. And a bit of blue bearer, I guess. So, you know, not trying to get my money back, just trying to open cool stuff. Feels particularly weird. It's like mostly a constructed player, not a commander player trying to open cool stuff, but you know, it's a set that's important to me. You're allowed to do silly things if it's something you like. Alright. Got common, common. This card is so annoying because this art everyone thought was a Thoughtseize reprint. I mean, it's just Thoughtseize, right? But it's not. Really good card, Boulder Dash. Gut Splitter Gang. Ooh, we got one of the Merfolk Islands. Formidable Speaker! Possibly the best card in the set. Wickersmith's Tools. I don't know any of the commander cards in this set. Whenever one or more -1/-1 counters are put on a creature, put a charge counter on this artifact. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. 5, tap, sacrifice this artifact. Create X tapped 2/2 colorless Scarecrow artifact creature tokens where X is the number of charge counters on this artifact. That seems really slow. Extended Art, Figure of Fable. Cool card. Extended Art, Tam, Mindful First Year, who might possibly be Jaska. That's the ship name, right? Jace and Vraska's daughter. And another foil Extended Art Tam. That's sort of funny. Yeah, because she doesn't look like a Gorgon. She hasn't got tendrils in her hair. I'm like motioning to my face as if you can see me. She's just got hair. Autofocus is not cooperating with me today, is it? But you can kind of see it. I mean, you can look up the card if, if you're really that interested. Jean-Emmanuel Depraz can go on top. Really strong card, Formidable Speaker. Thankfully, only a rare, not a mythic, so it won't be that expensive. Probably be a bit expensive still, but not as expensive as it could be. Because, I mean, it's going to be really good for Commander as well as competitive, right? Alright. Pack number 5. Common. Pestamite, that's a bit worse, I guess. Can't tap lands, this one. So Pestamite, the thing you could do, if you're going for a split open combo, is you end of turn play Pestamite, tap down one of their lands, so they can't interact as well. But this one only taps and untaps creatures, even though it's a 2/2 instead of a 2/1. We got a... Guessing that's Lorwyn Mountain. Yeah, because it's a Flamekin. Lorwyn Mountain. Another Kin Binding, just the regular art this time. Oft Nabbed Goat. 1, draw a card, gain control of this creature and put a -1/-1 counter on it. Only your opponents may activate this ability and only as a sorcery. When this creature dies, if it had 1 or more -1/-1 counters on it, its owner draws that many cards and each other player loses that much life. That's a funny card. Lava Leaper, I'm excited for this card. I think this card could be good. I realize that's probably nonsense, I'm probably just coping, but 3 colors, 1 red, creature elemental, 4/4. All creatures have haste. Whenever a player taps a basic land for mana, that player adds 1 mana of any type that land produced. Only basics, right? A lot of decks in Standard right now don't have that many basics, and the ones that do already have a shit ton of mana, right? Like, red deck wins doesn't need more mana. Badger Maul I guess is kind of scary. Because they can still create a health without Badger Maul. You know what, I still think this card has potential, alright? And Full Art Champion, Extended Art Champion of the Weird. Ooh, Foil Showcase Wistfulness. Damn, that's a cool card. Oh, whoops, I accidentally put some of my rares in the pile. Wow. That's cool. Wistfulness is very strong. Deceit was the one I wanted mostly, but I think Wistfulness is... I mean, it's pretty close, I think, between Wistfulness and Deceit, which one's best. I've got sleeves to the left of me here, so I'll probably sleeve some of these up. In a cut after we open the packs. It's not like I'm going to be touching them very much, so should be okay where they are, right? Maybe I'll zoom out a little bit. Oh, that's not zooming out. Let me know in the comments how you open booster packs so that I can learn how I meant to do this. Because I'm really just too embarrassed to ask people at a pre-release when I open a pack like complete dog shit. Like, you know, how you open these, you know, buddy? You wanna give me some tips? The guy who's been playing Magic since the year 2000? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Uncommon. Uncommon. This card won me so many games. Rhyme chill. My draft last night. Another Shadow More Planes. Shadow Urchin. This card I think has potential, but I don't really know what it would be, to be honest. 2 colorless black-red hybrid. Whenever this creature attacks Blight 1, whenever a creature you control with 1 or more counters on it dies, exile that many cards from the top of your library. Until your next end step, you may play those cards. Like, I don't know. It sounds cool. What the fuck is this? Is that a Dogman, like mind controlling goblins? Whenever a creature you control with a counter on it dies, you may return another target permanent card with mana value less than or equal to the number of counters on that creature from your graveyard to your hand. Do this only once each turn. I really thought that was going to say to the battlefield. Ooh, Showcase Ashling's Command. Big fan of this card. I think it could be playable as like a 1 or 2 off in like blue-red looting, perhaps. Like it's 5 mana, but the modes are very powerful, all of them, and it's like it has the potential to be 3 mana, right? Because you can just make 2 treasures afterwards. Like instant speed Pyroclasm, draw 2 cards is really like that's a lot of value, you know. But it is 5 mana, so we'll have to see. Bristlebane Battler. This card I think will be good if Kithkin are good, which is like really dependent on the set because they didn't make Kithkin into halflings, right? Which was what they needed to do. They needed to make Kithkin into halflings so they could synergize with the Hobbit set coming out later this year. But they saved Kithkin, so it's just this set and like the one in Foundations pretty much. No other set this year is going to have Kithkin. But Bristlebane Battler, 1 colorless, 1 green, trample, ward 2, 6/6. This creature enters with 5 -1/-1 counters on it. Whenever another creature you control enters while this creature has a -1/-1 counter on it, remove a -1/-1 counter from this creature. So the issue is that like the token aggro deck is in white-red right now, so they're not going to splash green for this, right? There's no other token synergy, just token synergy in green, really. So even though this is like a 2 mana 6/6, that's really easy to be a 2 mana 6/6 in tokens. The only way I think they're going to want this is if they're going for Kithkin synergy, right? So it's sort of dependent on that, but I think it's a really strong card if the deck's there. And then foil. Oh, that's a cute foil. Is this the last card? Yeah. The way the art. What the fuck is this? It's not cooperating, is it? Yeah, look at that. The foiling on that. Really cute with the art. Slumbering Walker. Pretty much just a limited card, I think, unfortunately, but really cool limited card. Let's put Ashley's on top. That's the card I'm most excited for here. And so next pack will be the halfway point. No, that was the halfway point, sorry. Only 12 boosters in this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Alright, halfway. What do we got? We got 4 mana Oblivion Ring. This card fucked me up in a draft last night. Prisma Basher, 4 colorless, green, creature elemental, trample, 6/6. When this creature enters, up to X target creatures you control get +X until end of turn, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. Completely blew me out of the water. I thought I was in a really safe board stall, and then they were just like, yeah, my guys will get +4/+4. Hard to tell a bit with goblins, isn't it? I think that's the Lorwyn swamp. Bloodline Bidding. Not a good card, but in return of a reference to one of my favorites, Patriarch's Bidding. 6 colors, black, black, convoke. Choose a creature type, return all creatures of the chosen type from your graveyard to the battlefield. Aberrant Return, 4 colors, black, black. Put 1, 2, or 3 target creatures from graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. Each of them enters with an additional -1/-1 counter on it. Interesting card. Another Slumbering Walker. Morning Tide's Light. This card also blew me up in limited. Really mad about it. 3 colorless, white. Exile any number of target creatures, not creatures you control. At the beginning of the next end step, return those creatures to the battlefield tapped under their owner's control. Until your next turn, prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. So they just blinked my board and then Alpha Strike and killed me. Ooh, foil showcase Doran, Besieged by Time. Reference to Doran the Siege Tower from the original Lorwyn. 1 colorless, 1 white, 1 black, 1 green. Each creature spell you cast with toughness greater than its power costs 1 less to cast. Whenever a creature you control attacks or blocks, it gets +X until end of turn, where X is the difference between its power and toughness. Really cool card. Oh, that's a spooky copy token. Hang on. Is this a glowing card? Really? It's not a Duskmourn token? Let's come back. The autofocus is not cooperating at all, is it? Maybe the light's too strong for the foil. Eerie fucking card. Alright, Doran Besieged by Time. You'll be going to my friend Bedozer, I believe. Pack number 8. No Shocklands yet. Bit of a surprise. Sorry about that. Oh, let's get these comments out of the way. So distracted by that token. Ooh, Springleaf Drum. Yay. Sick reprint. Alright, there's the Lorwyn Plains. Ooh, Kinskar Sentry. Really strong card. Probably the card that's going to make the tokens playable, I think. Village Pillagers. 3 colors, red, 5/5. Wither. When this creature enters, it deals 1 damage to each creature your opponents control. That's annoying with Wither. Whenever a creature an opponent controls with a counter when it dies, you create a tapped treasure token. That's pretty fun. Soul Immolation. I haven't seen this card out of it. That's cool. As an additional cost to cast the spell Blight X, X can't be greater than the greatest toughness among creatures you control. Soul Immolation deals X damage to each opponent and each creature they control. So the Blight X doesn't have to go onto the creature with the greatest toughness you control. If you've got 2 creatures and one's a 1/1 and one is a 0/20, you can put 20 -1/1 counters on the 1/1. I don't think a lot of people have realized that. Really cool card. Ooh, the Showcase Ashling rekindled. Sick. This is a card I'm really, really high on. I think this card is going to be good in the Looter's deck because it loots on the front side and on the back side it can cast Quantum Riddler, even for Warp. I think a lot of people are overlooking that. You know, the ability, like Quantum Riddler is so good. If you're a good card with Quantum Riddler, I think that gives you potential, basically. Ooh, Japanese foil winnowing. Not crackle foil, or whatever it is. Just normal foil, but still. Alright, that's the winner of that pack. Ashling Rhinebound on the back. Yeah. Really strong card, I think. No one else seems to think so, but I think it has potential. No one's even talking about it, so maybe they just forgot it exists, you know? Stalactite Dagger, strong card limited. I love it, all the Eclipse cards in limited, actually. They're all really fantastic. Another Lorwyn Forest, another Winnowing. Lamentation. When this creature enters, destroy target creature an opponent controls, you gain 3 life. Encore. Ah, Encore, not Invoke. Bree of Clan Stoutarm, reference to Brian Stoutarm from the original Lorwyn. Brian Stoutarm full overarm pelts a creature, whereas Bree like underhand lobs a creature gently. Showcase Disruptor of Current. I think this is probably a decent top end for the Merfolk deck. You wouldn't run one, yeah. You wouldn't want to run many, but I think it's solid. I think the main issue with the tap stuff is that none of the tap payoffs in Lorwyn Eclipsed are very good, so you're still relying on Deep Root Pilgrimage from Lost Caverns of Ixalan, which is a very strong card, but like if it's just one tap payoff, how much do you really care about actually tapping the creatures? Like, do you need more than Subterranean Schooner? Sort of thing. Curious Colossus. 5 colorless, white, 7/7 giant. When this creature enters, each creature target opponent controls loses all abilities, becomes a coward in addition to its other types, and has base power and toughness 1/1. This is a really fun card. And foil as well. The foils in this art style work really well, I think. Let's see if I can. It's good enough, I guess. Yeah. It's really cartoony and cute, I think. Works well. This card's a really fun reanimator card, I think, for standard. Oh, that was it, and then an elk. Love the elks. There's not much from that pack. If anyone wants to purchase this Japanese winnowing, let me know. Probably shouldn't have said that in the video. Probably should have just posted about it. I'm probably going to get bot comments for like the next 7 years. I love the spooky Kipkin art always. I'm sure I want. This card, I love the art on this. I wish this card was better. But it's really just a draft card. It's not even that really. It's a mediocre draft card. But it's the most gorgeous Merfolk in the set, I think. I should have said the card name. Shore Lurker. The 3 colorless white 3/3 flyer. Chomping Changeling. Changeling Reclamation Sage. Pretty cool. Ooh. Showcase Morkant's Loyalist, the Elf Lord. Sort of neat. This one's the shot on this one. Ooh. Urdu Carrier of Dawn. And on the backside we'll have where's the backside? Ashling the Limitless. Full art. Extended art, sorry. The commander card. That's kinda cool. Non-foil. Isu, Carrier of Twilight. That's right. I can't really think through how I was gonna do this though. Running out of table space. Brigand's Command and Showcase. I think this is probably the weakest of the commands. Though really, I think only Ashlings and... what the elf one is called. I think those are the only ones that really have potential. The other 3 I think are pretty bad. I mean, a lot of people seem high on Grub's Command for goblins, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like much to me. Scuzzback Scrounger. Oh, this is a goblin that looks like a pigman in the original art. 1 colorless, 1 red. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may blight 1 if you do create a treasure token. Pretty cool card. Don't know if it's got a home really, but it looks a lot like a pigman in the normal art. Should go look that up. Scuzzback Scrounger. Ooh, it's my boy! The foil full art Oko. Yes, dude. Oko Lorwyn Liege. Oko Shadowmoor Scion. I'm hopeful for this card, but I don't know, man. He doesn't do anything the turn you play him, but he is hard to kill on board. So if you play him and on turn 3, you're not gonna be able to kill him, and then on turn 4 you can make 2 3/3 elks, which is kind of good. Really nice art, actually. He sits like such a bisexual. The shot on this side. Alright. 2 packs to go. Only 1 Japanese card. God. Why am I so unlucky? Sort of bizarre there's 0 Shocklands though, right? I thought Shocklands are a higher odd from collector boosters. I know Fetchlands were from Modern Horizons 3, but... I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering or maybe I'm unlucky. It's hard to say. Alright. Common. Not really. If I got one to talk about, I'll talk about it. Off cuts. This card does not look like a life gain guy. Can't really see him there, but he's like a deep sea fucking anglerfish. Ooh, the Shadowmoor Island. Big fan of that one. Alright, we got Bloom Tender. We've got Springleaf Parade. X colorless green when this enchantment enters, create X 1/1 colorless shaped to creature tokens with changeling. Creature tokens you control have tap, add 1/1 of any color. That's cute. That's so cute. Huge fan of Springleaf Drum. Huge fan of cute little references like that. Dawnhand Dissident in the showcase frame. I was speculative on this card before release, but I don't know if there's enough to do with it. 1 black, 1/2 Elf Warlock. You can tap and blight 1 to surveil 1, or you can tap and blight 2, exile target creature card from a graveyard. During your turn, you may cast creature spells from among cards you own exiled with this creature by removing 3 counters from among creatures you control in addition to paying their other costs. I think if it's surveilled for nothing, it would be really good. Or if you could cast creature cards that you exile from the other person, it would be really good. But as is, I'm a bit unsure. Hey, speak of the devil, we got the double-sided Blood Crypt. Alright, I'll show the other card next. Ooh. The foil showcase Sunderflock. This card seems really dumb. 7 colors of blue, but this spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest mana value among elementals you control. Flying. When this creature enters, if you cast it, return all non-elemental creatures to their owner's hand. So people are playing it in like Sultai Scam, where they cast Not Dead After All on their Wistfulness, and then they've got a, what is it, like, it gives +1/+1, right? So 7/6 on turn 3, turn 2 if you're lucky with Springleaf Drum, and then you can cast Sunderflock for basically nothing. So we got 1 Shockland, last pack, very exciting. Oh my god. How am I so bad at this? Please let me know in the comments what I'm doing wrong. Please, I'm dying to know. Common. Oh, this one's like the common for... Sorry, I forgot my camera's not rotated around. The common for limited. Mist Meadow Council. I'm not playing limited though. Just opening packs. Crib Swap, fun reprint. We've got Lorwyn Mount still. Sonar Innovative First Year. This card looks fun, but probably not very good. We've got Sinister Gnarlback. 2 colors black. 0/4. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card and blight 1. And you have to. Okay, that's interesting. Cool. Fun for Commander. Yo! I got the Japanese emoji tree. Come on, autofocus. Come on, please. Yeah, look at that, baby. Stop focusing on Oko. Get him out of here. Oh my god, autofocus. Why do you hate me so much? Anyway, it doesn't matter. You got to see him. I think this card's pretty good, and also I love this treatment for the card. I think it's really fun. The art's really cute. Glenna Lendrin's Answer in the showcase. I think this card is overhyped by Commander players, but it's fun. And a foil showcase Grub's Command, which we just spoke about earlier. 3 colors, black-red, Kindred Sorcery Goblin. Choose 2, create a token that's a copy of target goblin you control. Creatures target player controls get +1/+1 and gain haste until end of turn. Destroy target artifact or creature. And target player mills 5 cards and puts each goblin card milled this way into their hands. Alright, so that's our packs. So we opened 1 Shockland, 1 Japanese card, and 1 Oko. It's pretty neat. So I think this is a pretty good indication that you should not be doing this if you are after financial gain. I mean, you should have already known that, but I mean, I'm happy with what I got. I think it's cool. I was after cool stuff. I got cool stuff, you know? Happy with the Oko, happy with the Winnowing. Ashling's Command is a cool card. We got a Ashling in here as well, showcase, right? And Ashling and a Sig showcase. That's pretty cool. And so that's I'll cut the video here, put these cards in sleeves, and then we'll show the cool stuff. Alrighty, we are back. I've sleeved everything nicely, I think. Just black Dragon Shield sleeves. All these are just going to go in my binder for a bit, I think. Some of them are going to friends, some of them I'm going to try and find a seller for, and leave the winnowing. Mostly just collected stuff that I thought was kind of cool here. I think these four in the middle are probably carrying the financial value. To be honest, it's probably almost entirely the winnowing and then the wistfulness carrying the financial value here. I don't even know if Oko is doing that much. Like, it's not a very strong Oko. Doesn't have obvious uses for Commander or for Standard, so I think in that aspect it's probably going to suffer a bit in terms of financial value. But again, I wasn't doing this for financial value, I was just doing it to get cool stuff. I think doing this for financial value is a terrible idea. As you can see, you're probably going to lose. But yeah, just like, a lot of this art is really nice, you know, just getting to get it. The foiling is nice, like obviously, the autofocus is not like that, no. But yeah, I would have probably turned a profit if I got the crackle foil, whatever it's called, but, you know. Oh, I didn't show the other side of the blood crypt, hang on. So the showcase Shocklands have a Shadowmoor and an Eventide side. They're both Blood Crypt, but one's Shadowmoor goblins and one's Lorwyn goblins, which is really cool, I think. Just gets you 2 ways to play it. It's really cute. Good art as well on all the shocks, I think, in this set. I don't know if I prefer them to the edge shocks. I think my preference for shocks is probably probably still the Rebecca Remastered Old Border ones. Yeah, this is nice art. The showcase, I think, was really nice for the set. The like sort of whimsical storybook look to them. Let's see if I can get the taster away. It's better now. The foiling, yeah. See, like it makes the goblin pop, you know. I got my binder here. Let's see if I can find Fortitude from Modern Horizons 3. Towards the back, I think. Yeah, here it is. You can just see how, like, you can't really make out the guy at all. The foiling just sort of destroys it. Also, this is hella cold. I didn't realize. That's crazy. Like, it just destroys the white because of the high contrast, you know? It just looks like it's the orange space. I'm not a huge fan of how Wizards does a lot of the foiling. I think Flare of Fortitude is probably an extreme case. They're not all that bad, but still. I think the way retro border foils look is a lot of the time good, because even on ones they just phoned in, it was just the border, right? There's a White Orchid Phantom retro. You can see it's just the border. So it's not going to look as good as ones where they do a good job. Like, like the Taster wears, or like Grub. But, it is going to look better than bad ones, you know. So yeah, pretty happy with this. If you had fun with the video, let me know. If you had cool Lorwyn pulls as well, let me know. If you did better than me, you know, rub it in my face. Please let me know how to open a booster pack. And yeah, hope everyone had a good time. And I'll see you all next time. I'm probably not doing another unboxing, unless this video does gangbusters, I guess. If, you know, this video gets like, you know, 10,000 views or something, then maybe I have to. But probably not going to. I think Lorwyn is a special case of a set that's very close to my heart, and I missed the pre-release and it made me nostalgic. And Oko was in it. Sort of a lot of layers, you know, here. I could get Shocklands, I could get Oko, I could get all these characters that are close to my heart in fun treatments. And that made it exciting, even though I knew I was going to lose a lot of money. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!